Still recording. Okay. So this is the EXS24 sampler, and the global controls are here, so it's quite similar to the ES2. And so there's legato, mono and poly, and these parameters affect the overall instrument sound produced by the EXS24. And then they're above the actual filter section, well, near it. And there are 3 different modes: polyphonic, monophonic and legato. When selected polyphonic, this allows you to play several notes at once, whereas if you were to select monophonic, you can only play one note at a time. If you were to play a note and then select and then play another one as well, it will end. The legato mode is also monophonic, but with one difference. The voices sound a lot smoother when you are playing, as there is a curve to connect the sounds. And then unison mode, also known as unison mode, is also known as stacked voices, and it just makes the sound a lot fatter in general. The only difference really from the ES2 is that there's no oscillators on here. There's only the filter section and the tuner itself. And then the EXS24 filter section is here, so you have the cutoff, the drive, the resonance, and the key. It has, basically, it just controls the actual sound. So on here we have the transient markers on a keyboard. I don't know why I'm pointing at it. So if you just like change it a bit, it'll just cause it to sound different. Yeah, that's it really. And then there's no filter button, so you can like make the sound a lot fatter. And then, or you can just turn it off. And then up here is the edit button, and again, this is another difference from the ES2. The edit allows you to play, to actually see the transient markers and then see what notes they're playing, so you can like move them up a pitch or like down a pitch. And then up here you have one shot, and that means that the note's only played once, and reverse is if the note's played in reverse. And then yeah, that's mainly it for the edit option, and it's gonna freeze now. Yeah, here, I don't know why I'm pointing, I can't see. The modulation router is here, and it's basically at the centre of it. And it, I'm gonna stop. It generates like sounds which sound good. And the modulation router links sources such as the envelope to modulation targets such as the oscillators and the filters. Well, no, not the oscillator, sorry. The tuner. Why am I pointing at it? To use the modulation router, it's quite simple. So all you have to do is just really click in the target field, which is here. Or from here, from the pop-up menu that comes on, and just select whichever one you want. And then this slider is the intensity slider. And then down here are the LFOs, and LFO stands for low frequency oscillator. LFO1, again, is polyphonic, and that means that if it's used to play any modulation of multiple voices, they won't, and it will be phase locked. LFO2 is here, and I think it's monophonic, and then there's a third one as well. And then the envelopes are here, so there are only 2 envelopes, envelope 1 and envelope 2. And then they've got the ADSR, attack, decay, sustain, and resonance. Resonance, yeah. So when you're playing a song, you can just move them up and down, and it'll change the sound of it, basically.